Hey guys, Amy here doing a HelloFresh. I'm making lasagna. Let's see, it's officially lasagna baked fusilli. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but yeah, this is what the picture looks like. I'm a little disappointed. I thought I was making actual lasagna, but instead I'm making pasta that's baked like lasagna. I don't really understand the difference, but we'll stay tuned. So I already got this started. I got the oven preheating. It's on high broil. I don't know if it's going to tell me when it's done or what's up with that. I have the water boiling. It's not boiling. So let's see what else it wants me to do in the meantime. Wash and dry all produce. So I'm taking that to mean kale, which is what I've been calling the inedible leaves. And then these 2 little pieces of garlic. And I don't really wash onions. I just, peel off the exterior and don't eat that. Alright. It's my lazy way to wash veggies is you just pour it into a pasta strainer. So otherwise I feel like you lose half your leaves in the sink and you're like, whoa. Who wants to deal with that? Alright. This kale is gross. I wish I could just not use the kale. But let's see how this goes. Alright, be right back. Alright, it wants me to halve, peel, and finely chop the onion, which I'm going to look ridiculous, but I swear it helps a little bit. I have onion goggles. They don't completely prevent onion cooking tears, but it helps. So it wants me to halve, peel, and finely chop the onion. Well, I also have a great shortcut for finely chopping because I'm too lazy to do it with me and this big ass knife. So what you do is cut it in half and then you get rid of the nasty, these are kind of fourths to get rid of it. This is my lazy trick. So you take the onion and you just cut it. You can't really see what I'm doing, but just cut it into like haphazard, sort of big chunks. Whatever, just be lazy. I'm a samurai. Alright, and then when you get your haphazard chunks going, then you get a slap chop. I don't know if this is actually a slap chop. It's like a Pampered Chef thing. I dropped it, but it still lives on. It's got a big crack in it. And then you just simply put this in. And yeah. And then you instantly have finely chopped onion. I'm going to put this in a prep bowl because I'm just going to make a big mess. It's kind of the terrible thing about HelloFresh is it creates so many dishes. Looks like this is onion skin. Alright, now I've created a massive onion mess, so I guess I should probably take care of this. Alright, the next step is mince or grate the onion. Well, or not the onion, these 2 little teeny pieces of garlic they gave us. So I'm also going to just slap chop that. I don't even know if this is what a slap chop is, I just think it's really funny. Like that guy, the guy who used to pitch Slap Chop, like the Billy Mays of Slap Chop, he got in trouble for like biting a hooker. Something like that. It was some really crazy story. I'm just going to cut off the gross ends of the garlic. I don't really know if that matters, but I'm doing it anyway. And we're just going to slap chop it. Instant minced 2 little pieces of garlic. It's all wet and my cutting board's all wet because I just rinsed all the onion off. But whatever, I guess water's not really going to screw up this recipe too much. There's a little pile of garlic. Ugh, I have little butts of the garlic too I need to get out of here. lost all my garlic in this thing. They really didn't give us much garlic. They could have given us more garlic. In fact, I'm gonna add more garlic. I'm doing what I want. Never mind, we're out of garlic. That kind of sucks. But you know what I think I'm gonna do is bust out the garlic powder. This isn't enough food, so whatever I make with the sauce, I'm gonna mix in garlic powder because the amount of garlic they gave us is stupid. Alright, no more slab chop. I'm just gonna get this out of my workspace. Alright, mince or remove and discard kale ribs and stems. What? It wants me to like personally dissect every piece of this big pile of kale? Are you kidding me? This is so much kale. Alright, well, I need a bigger prep bowl. In a big ass prep bowl. Give me all this stupid kale. I don't even want to make this with kale. I want to just skip all the kale. There was one time where I got like a Blue Apron recipe and it came with like dinosaur kale, but it had all gone bad. So I just skipped it and didn't miss a thing. Am I supposed to be doing? Remove and discard kale ribs and stems. What the hell is a kale rib? It's like, do they just mean like this? Like, ribs make me think like these little branches too. That's way too much effort. HelloFresh, ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, after I meticulously cut every friggin' piece of kale leaf like a surgeon, I now have to roughly chop it. Whatever the heck that means, so I'm just gonna haphazardly stab at it. If you kale, I'm not even gonna eat you. You're the worst. You're not even food. Nobody actually likes you. They all just pretend to. Ooh, look at me, I'm eating so healthy, I'm eating kale. I don't even need to be wearing onion goggles anymore. Alright. I don't even know what kind of impact I'm making on this disastrous rainforest that's on my cutting board. I think the pieces are all still enormous. And they look as unappetizing as ever. I was so excited about lasagna until I saw that it had kale in it. But I'm sure that the actual pasta is going to be bomb and I'm just going to eat around this stupid kale. Alright, roughly chopping it did nothing, so I just gotta like rip it by hand. Oh, whoops, I got my garlic mixed in here. I would have used like 4 times as much garlic in this recipe. My water finally boiling? Yes, my water's boiling. It's perfect timing. Alright, now the next step is calling for me to tear the mozzarella into little pieces, so to save the little teeny bits of garlic they gave me, I'm just going to protect them in this container so I can wash my cutting board again, because my cutting board is just covered in kale now. With the garlic hanging on for dear life. Why did they give me so little garlic? Look, it's so sad. Why did they give me so little garlic? Alright, now it's calling for me to tear this mozzarella into small pieces. So this should be fun. Ah! It squirted. Alright. It's juicy. Fresh mozzarella contains milk. It's interesting. Alright. Get out of the package. It's so drippy. Get out, mozzarella. Oh, it's gonna be easy to tear you into little pieces because I gotta do that to get you out of this tight little packaging they put you in. Alright, I'm super mature. Alright, tear this mozzarella into little pieces. Oh, I just want to eat this. Can I just like eat this mozzarella ball and then throw away the kale and then just make pasta later? That's kind of what I want to do. I don't really know how little of pieces is supposed to be in, but whatever. The wrapper out of there. Oh, this mozzarella looks so good. Oh, and it smells so good. I just want it. Alright, well I feel like the mozzarella is sufficiently savaged into little pieces. Then what do you want me to do? Add fusilli to boiling water and cook until al dente, 9 to 11 minutes. Wash my hands for mozzarella. Alright, so my water is boiling good enough, and I have the cut fusilli, which I guess is Italian for twirly pasta. Just gonna pour that in. Ooh. And then this is my favorite lazy life hack. I just take some olive oil, give me a second. And you just pour in some olive oil. And you stir it around, and then you don't have to touch it again because the molecular principles of the olive oil or whatever make it so that the pasta doesn't stick to the pan and it doesn't cause you a problem. I got my fancy spoon rest from Bed Bath & Beyond, I think. It's so Italian. Alright. Alright, it is now 9 minutes later, so let's see how this pasta came out. Ooh, I'm not very good at this. There we go. Hot. Alright, I don't know if al dente is supposed to be crunchy, but I think it's good. So I'm just going to consider this done. Something that HelloFresh wants me to do that I'm super skeeved out by is they want me to retrieve a fourth cup or a half cup of this water before I drain it. So I'm going to immediately transfer it to a glass because I'm no scientist. I don't know if the boiling water is going to deform my measuring cup, and I don't want to find out. Ooh, no, I don't want pasta in there. Ah! Burned myself a little bit. This is such a stupid mission. Why am I doing this? Alright, now to strain the pasta. Alright, so now I need this big skillet, and it looks really gross, but I swear to you, I have been soaking this thing. I have been scrubbing it multiple times with Barkeeper's Friend. I have been, just soap and water, manpower on it. And even earlier today, I Googled, like how to get stubborn stains out of a pan, and they told me to use vinegar and baking soda on it, which I tried, and it didn't do anything. Ah! Oh, that's pretty neat. Ooh. Ooh, that's not so bad, except my stains are a little higher up. That's the only problem. But alright, that's not as dramatic as I thought. Woo! Alright, I'm wasting baking soda, but whatever. This thing was like 99 cents at Rally's. So I'm pretty desperate to get this pan cleaned. But I'm figuring if this stains aren't coming out with me using brute force strength on it, then it's not going to come out in the food, and it's fine, it's clean. So even though it looks gross, believe me, it's fine. So it tells me to olive oil the pan, but I learned my lesson from yesterday with that fish to just use spray so I don't get like chemical burns. Let me see. Alright, now it wants me to cook the onion for 4 to 5 minutes or until softened. Alright, 4 minutes later and the onions are looking good. So now it wants me to add beef, which I think is going to be messy. I'm going to get beef everywhere. Doing this one-handed. This HelloFresh ground beef. Blah! Get out, ground beef. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. I messed this up a little bit. I was supposed to add in the garlic and oregano too, and red pepper flakes. Probably gonna make this way too spicy for me to eat. My husband likes red pepper flakes, but I don't, so I probably should have just not done that. So now I'm gonna make my food too spicy for me. Sometimes add the oregano. Super meager, pitiful amount of garlic they gave me, if I can even get it in there. Still some in there. That sucks. Why did they only give me 2 cloves, those cheap asses? Garlic powder is not in the recipe, but I do what I want. Yeah. I'm gonna add more garlic powder later. F the police. Do what I want. So the recipe called for me to take this beef that I just made and put it aside because I'm going to reuse the pan for that nasty kale that I'd rather not make. But just look for a second how crazy this is. I'm using this prep bowl, cutting board, a knife, a strainer, and this is the prep bowl for the mozzarella and the swamp water that they wanted me to recover from the pasta, the kale, the onion, the garlic, and then we got this pan, and then we got this pan. It's so crazy how many dishes HelloFresh brings up. Alright, that's all I had to say about that. So I ditched the beef, and now I'm gonna cook this nasty kale. Ah, wait. Olive oil. I've learned my lesson about just using straight olive oil in a hot pan. Fizzles and sizzles and gets everywhere. They say to do this for like 4 to 5 minutes, and hopefully it will make it not taste terrible. So this is what the kale looks like 5 minutes later. Looks a little more edible, I guess. And now it wants me to add the fusilli, which I've concluded is Italian for curly pasta. Fusilli, is that how you say it?
Is that fusilli?
I don't know. It's curly pasta. Oh, and it's all stuck together. Alright, well, cool. And it wants me to add the beef again. Then I need to add this can of tomatoes. Diced tomatoes and tomato juice. Splat. And then it says, add in just enough of that pasta water. It was so insistent I salvaged. Just enough to make the tomatoes be saucy. So I don't really know how I can discern the tomatoes being saucy, but I guess I'll just add that pasta water. Just add some of it and see how that goes. And they also want me to add half the mozzarella. That's gonna be kind of tricky because it's like this much mozzarella. I gotta put the phone down. Alright, I got a fistful of mozzarella and I kind of just want to shove it in my mouth, but I'll put it in the recipe. My hands are so cheesy. This looks delicious. So now it wants me to sprinkle the remaining mozzarella and panko breadcrumbs over the lasagna, which I don't understand how they can call this curly pasta lasagna, but I'll go with it. That can't really get a good distribution going of this meager amount of mozzarella, but good enough. And the panko. Ooh, that definitely got disproportionate. Shoot. That's not even at all. Good enough. Alright, so now the last step is I just gotta broil this for 2 to 3 minutes. This is really heavy. Gotta open the oven first. No. And the food's done. When we were first picking our HelloFresh meals, I told my husband, you can pick 2, but the lasagna is non-negotiable, and I regret nothing. This looks so glorious. Forrest does not want to be in this video. So that pasta, lasagna, whatever the hell it was, fusilli, it was delicious. The kale didn't ruin the recipe like I totally thought it would. You couldn't even really taste it because there was just too much other stuff going on, like pasta and mozzarella cheese and beef, and it was very good. It got devoured. No leftovers. Success. Fusilli. Yeah, my husband keeps on making corny fusilli puns. He's saying, oh, you could do that, but it would be fusilli. Ha 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 ha. Dad jokes. Do you have any remarks for this recipe?
Besides it being fusilli?
Okay. He says this recipe is fusilli. Alright. Tomorrow we are going to be making the zucchini in a blanket, or whatever the heck it was called. So chicken and zucchini blanket. So that is guaranteed to be delicious as well. So we will stay tuned. Bye guys.